Hello, Douglas Life. This is Anastasia, the creator of Anastasia Beverly Hills, and today I'm going to show you how to achieve that perfect eyebrows based on my theory of using golden ratio and a technique that I developed in the early 90s, and you could use Anastasia Beverly Hills products to achieve that perfect eyebrows. So what you need is one of our powder. I mean, we have 11 colors. You have every single color that you need, from blonde to very dark, almost black eyebrows. So you will, for sure, you will choose one of this palette. We have individual colors in something like this, in a compact, okay? This is a professional palette. Unless you are a makeup artist, you don't need this. So my color is taupe. I'm going to use taupe right now, the dark color. This is brush number 7B. So this is how you're going to do. So this eyebrow is not done. I've done only this one. So what my eyebrow is a little bit too round. It was over tweezed here long time ago, and obviously the hair doesn't grow. But let's see, according to my bone structure, where my eyebrow should begin. So in front of the mirror, you could do the same thing I do right now to establish where your eyebrow should begin. So above middle of inside of the nostril, this should be the beginning of the eyebrow. Obviously, I missed some hair there. Outside corner of the nose, corner of the eyes, this should be the end of the eyebrows, tip of my nose, middle of the iris. This should be the highest part of my eyebrows. Obviously, because this part is higher, I want to create an arch right here. So I need to lower this part of my eyebrows, okay? I'm going to use one of my stencils. I created 5 stencils, but my perfect one is the high arch stencil. So how to choose your perfect stencil? You take the stencil one by one, and the more of your eyebrow hair you could fit in the open area, that should be your perfect shape. And most of the time you should use one. This is 1 step thicker. So I'm going to use a stencil that is a little bit thicker than my eyebrows. This is how I want my eyebrow to be, a little bit thicker here. So the number 1 here that you see, I'm going to connect that with the mark that I applied. This black line should be parallel to the ground, and I will outline my eyebrow with the upper part of the stencil. So as you could see, I want to outline I want to fill in the eyebrow mostly right here, the beginning of the eyebrow, and underneath where I'm missing a lot of hair there. Once I'm gonna finish, you see, I mean, I already have a guideline. The reason why you have a bridge here is just the stencil to not open too much. So what you do, you fill this in after you finish. So now you have a guideline. You know exactly what to tweeze outside the powder area. So let's say if you have thicker eyebrows than I do, and you have a lot more hair outside that powder area, you take our tweezers. It's very precise, our tweezers. It's sharpened by hand in Italy, so it's the best tweezer, I promise you. You hold, this is how you tweeze. You hold the skin and you clean every single hair outside that powder area, and you do the same thing on the upper part if you have more hair. This is just if you have more hair that you need. I don't, so I barely have some growth, but I kind of tweeze every single day to maintain that shape. So after I finish tweezing, and let's say maybe sometimes I trim because my hair here is too long, I use Anastasia scissor, and always you trim them holding the eyebrow, the tweezer, the scissor this way. So you create this perfect look. the blade are very sharp, so it's very precise, the Anastasia tweezer. I will highly recommend that. So after I trim my eyebrows, so I trim much more this flat area than the highest part towards the end, because the hair should curl, and if I trim this too short, then takes away my arch. So I want this part from the highest part towards the end should be higher, and this should be lower. This is how I want to create my arch. After I do this, this is how I do it. This is a caramel deep brow gel. I love this product. What this product does, gives you thickness to your hair. Your hair is going to appear thicker and fuller. But the key is to clean very well the overload of the product, and you hold the eyebrow and you start using this almost like a pencil if you want, or this way, not this way, just on direction of the hair growth. And I start from the highest part towards the end with the most of the product that I have on the brush, and then I go a little bit on the inner part of the eyebrow with what is left over. Okay, so this is going to tint my hair and a little bit my skin. I'm not going to blend, because if I blend, it's going to smear on my skin. So what I do, I outline my eyebrows with the brow wiz. So when you do this, the tip of the lead is going to take little of the deep brow gel and kind of smear on the skin. So already 20 seconds pass by. So if you don't use the pencil and you want to use only the deep brow gel, you wait 20 seconds. And after you applied it, after 20 seconds, you are able to brush. And you remove the excess of the products, and the eyebrow looks very natural. Doesn't look like you have products on your eyebrows. So I still miss some of my hair here, as you could see, but I could do a few strokes of hair with the brow wiz, or even better, I'm going to use the medium brown deep brow gel. The deep brow pomade. I'm sorry, this is live. With the brush 12. So the way I do it, I take very little deep brow pomade and I mix on the cap, almost cleaning the brush. You see, I don't want to have too much product because I wanted to make it look very natural. And I will mimic strokes hairs. So in this area where I'm missing a lot of hairs, by using this technique, I hope you could see it, makes it look very natural, like hair strokes. So the hairs that I have already here, but I want it to be a little bit lower, you see, I don't know if you could notice, I use very little pressure because I wanted to make it look very natural. So here, I'm gonna go this way because I want to create a higher arch. So this part of my eyebrows is too thin, but I'm able to create slightly. I will brush up. So I'm very careful even when I brush, not only when I apply the pomade. Okay. Very thin lines. Let's say I made a mistake. I put too much there. I pressed too hard. I put too much products and I pressed too hard. That's fine. I will brush slightly and go back again. So it's okay if you do mistakes. You're in a rush. You see here? Look how good this is. Then I do here a little bit because I want my eyebrow to be higher. So this is medium brown. It's quite dark color for my eyebrows. I have very dark eyebrows because my natural hair was very dark. I am blonde, but my eyebrow is very dark. So you could use medium brown for an evening look. That's why I use this color, because it's evening. But for daytime, maybe I will use a caramel or a soft brown color to make it look lighter. Then I use the Pro Pencil. This is base 2. I'm gonna highlight the brow bone. Look how amazing this. I don't go all the way here because I want to create a higher arch, okay? So I apply this and I'm gonna use, hold on, let me see, okay, here. Brush 20, you see this flat part of the brush and the other side is a spoolie brush. So I am gonna blend this very well. And what this is gonna do, make sure your eyebrow doesn't grow down too much. So when you go with the Pro Pencil, you kind of move this to lift a little bit the eyebrows. Now, as I told you, I'm not going with a highlighter always to the inner part of my eyebrow. I stop on above my iris because I want to create a higher arch. And then what I do with the base 3, which is a darker color, I'm going to use the inner part. No, that was base 2. That was a mistake. But I am going to use my own foundation because it's my own color to clean this part and the upper part of my eyebrow. So you pick, I'm 230N, my foundation, and above I'm not using highlighter. I don't suggest you guys to use highlighter because you want to clean the upper part, because when you brush the product, that dark product is going to smear on your forehead. So you use your own foundation to create a very clean, nice area here. Of course, you blend it very well. And here. Okay. Now with the spoolie, after you finish and you blend it well, you will brush. You brush because the highlighter, the base number 1 or 2, wherever you use, it's few pieces will little bit, the tip of the brush, the spoolie is going to go on, and when you brush, you see, will mimic that highlighter will go in between the hair growth. So it's going to make the eyebrow look very natural. So I don't like the highlighter just to be straight. I like to look very natural. That line should look very natural. So blending after you apply concealer or highlighter, it's going to make the eyebrow look more natural than normal. Okay? So after I do this, I take the clear brow gel. This is a great product. It conditions the hair, holds the hair and sets the color throughout the day. So why I like to use this after I use the deep brow gel and pomade is the hair separates the hair and makes the eyebrow look super, super natural. Okay, and then because I brush so many times, I remove little hair here. I mean, I have a spot, but I'm gonna use the brow wiz. This is caramel. So to achieve that perfect eyebrow, this is what you need to keep in mind. You will have a base of the eyebrows that is one shade lighter than your hair, and then the strokes of hair, you have to match your eyebrow hair. So when you choose colors for eyebrows, you choose the one shade lighter than your natural hair, and to do strokes of hair, you use your own color. So I use for my hair strokes, I use medium brown pomade and caramel as a base, because what you want to do, you want to mimic a natural eyebrow. So a full eyebrows has hair, and the light creates a shadow on the skin of your own full eyebrow, creates a shadow on the skin of a lighter color than your eyebrow. So when you miss hairs or part of your eyebrows, you will just try to mimic that natural look. That's why you have to always use two colors. If you have super light eyebrows, I will suggest you should use one shade darker than your super blonde hair. But if you have darker colors, use one shade lighter, because when you apply it, for instance, when you apply powder, because of your oil, natural oil of the skin, the color is going to look a little bit darker than up here in the pan. So that's my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know if you want to know some other tricks and tips that I could share with you. Thank you so much, Douglas, and keep your eyebrow gorgeous.